Next speaker is Aaron Payment. He is tribal chairman of the Sioux Tribe of Chippewa Indians, and he will speak about the importance of Great Lakes water, the fisheries, and the governor's responsibility.
Ani buju biwakjig indishnakas mako migiz indodum bawating indonjaba anishinaabe ojibwe odawa otawatami indao. My name is Aaron Payment, and I am the chairperson of the Sioux Tribe. We are the largest tribe east of the Mississippi. I have a unique perspective because I bring with me information and knowledge about the co-management responsibility of the state along with tribes, and also the unique perspective of having worked for the tribe in Battle Creek when the Kalamazoo spill happened. I'm going to talk about that, and then I'll talk about the responsibility. When I worked for the tribe there, the spill happened, and it was devastating. And you know, sometimes over time we forget about how devastating things and the impact. But the impact was that our team members, our employees of the tribe, work in the area and live in the area, and over 360 people had to be evacuated. The air was toxic for a period of time. And we were promised that the cost of the cleanup would be about $5 million. It's now over $1 billion. It was a relatively contained spill because it was in the Kalamazoo River as opposed to the Great Lakes area, and this is my Michigan map. The ceded territory is from the Chocolate River Marquette down to the Skanaba River, and from Alpena to Ludington. This is the treaty ceded territory that my tribe entered a treaty with the United States government in 1836. 1837, Michigan became a state. As a result of that, we ended up winning lawsuits that provide us the ability to fish in the Great Lakes and then to gather, hunt, and fish in the inland waters. And the responsibility that the state has in co-management with that resource. For the last 30 years, we have very delicately balanced out the environment and the climate for our fish. In our territory alone, our whitefish population has decreased from about 1 million to about 450,000. It's a very delicate balance with the ballast waters and the lack of attention to that issue and the resolution to that issue. We've seen quagga mussels and zooplankton and all of these invasive species, lamprey, come in and affect our fisheries. And so we haven't seen really the responsibility upheld by the state in that issue, and certainly this issue represents a very big threat. Right now, the balance of our fish, both our fish that we fish for subsistence and also for commercial fishing for our tribal fishermen. I'm from a tribal fishing household, but also for the sports fisheries. And so I want to send a word out to all of those people who like to catch walleye. My tribe does stocking of walleye. We stock millions of walleye into the lakes, and all of that is threatened with this bill. If this bill happens, there will not be a way to contain it. It will damage Mackinac Island, and I'm glad the Mackinac Island people are here, and Boblo Island, and then also all the tributaries that feed in and out of that will be damaged, and it's just the irresponsibility that's being exercised by the state and the dereliction on the governor's part to say that we will have a study and to not have the urgency. Our governor is the governor of the center of the Great Lakes. There are the Governor's Council of the Great Lakes in Ontario and tribes that participate. And
please mute your line.
If our state's governor doesn't exercise the leadership and instead punts and panders to the special interests, then we aren't going to see the kind of leadership that we need to see from Wisconsin and Ohio and the Ontario provinces. And so I'm going to use the word dereliction. I think there's a dereliction on the part of our governor. I think we need to lead from the governor's office to ensure that the pipeline is secure. I'm not anti-oil. I think if there's a way to make sure that this is safe, that's what we want to see as Michigan's original residents. Thank you.
I think with that, why don't we wrap it up? As I've said, if you have questions, feel free to follow up with me, Andy McGlashan. My information is on the press release and other materials. I'd also point folks to oilandwaterdon'tmix.org. You can find a fact sheet there that has pretty much all the information, the background details on this issue, as well as some video resources and other good information there. So again, feel free to contact me or others in the campaign, and thank you very much for joining the call. We appreciate it.